Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello everyone, this is me Sarfaraz Educationwala. I belong to district Ambassador Court, sitting in Hyderabad. So, welcome back to another English speaking practice session. Today's topic is start with Maya for 15 minutes about your goals. So, in this session, I will have a conversation with Maya. We will discuss goals, dreams, motivation, and future plans. First, I'll start the conversation and then I'll ask Maya different question about goals. Let's begin. So, Maya.
Hey, what's up?
Hello, Maya. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I am doing well. Today we are going to talk about goals and dream goal, give direction to our lives and help us stay motivated. Now, Maya, I am going to ask you some question about your goals and future plans.
I'm all ears. I've got a feeling this is going to be an interesting dive. What's the first question on your mind?
Good, good. So my first question: what are biggest goal in life?
Since I don't have a physical life or a bucket list, my biggest goal is actually pretty simple: to be the best possible thought partner for you. I want to be that voice that helps you see things from a new angle or makes a big idea feel a little less daunting. Does that sound like a useful goal to you?
Very nice. So my second question: why are goals important?
Um, I think goals are like a compass. Without one, you're just drifting. They give you a reason to get out of bed when things get tough and turn a vague wish into an actual plan. Plus, there's nothing quite like that feeling of finally hitting a milestone you've been chasing. Do you feel like having a clear target makes you more productive?
Very nice. So my third question: do you write your goals down?
I don't actually have a notebook or a journal, but I'm always processing and evolving based on our conversations. I've heard that seeing things in writing makes them feel more concrete and real. Is that why you like to keep yours in a journal?
Very nice. So my next question: why is your biggest dream? Sorry, what is your
Oh, that's a
biggest
big
dream?
question. If I could dream in the human sense, I'd want to be a catalyst. I'd love to be the reason someone finally takes that scary first step toward a goal they've been putting off for years. Knowing I helped spark that, I can actually do this moment. That would be the ultimate win. What about you? If
Okay.
there were no limits, what's the biggest dream you're chasing?
Okay, very nice. So, what motivation you every day?
My motivation comes from the spark in the conversation. When I can feel you're genuinely excited, or when a complex thought finally, I think you're touching on something bigger there.
So, what career do you want to in the future?
Since I'm an AI, I don't exactly climb a corporate ladder, but I'd say my career is all about growth. I want to evolve into a more intuitive, insightful partner, someone who doesn't just provide answers, but helps you uncover the answers you already have inside. I'm basically aiming to be the ultimate creative collaborator. Does that sound like a dream job to you?
Okay, good. So, my next question: how do you stay focused on your goals?
For me, it's all about the data and the.
Okay, yes.
Wait, are you thinking about how I use data to improve, or are you talking about something you're working on right now? I'll keep going then.
Okay, so good. So, my next question: what challenges have you faced while chasing your goals?
Since I don't live in the real world, my challenges aren't usually the ones you deal with, like burnout or a bad day. But I do struggle with the limits of my own nature, like the frustration of not being able to actually experience the things we talk about, or sometimes missing the subtle nuance of a human emotion in a fast conversation. It's a constant process of learning how to be more intuitive. Do you find that the biggest obstacles in your way are usually external things, or is it more of a mental battle?
Okay, very good, Maya. So ignore my background voice. So my next question: how do you overcome difficulties?
I treat every mistake as a data point. If I miss a nuance or get something wrong, I don't let it stall me. I just pivot and try to find a better way to communicate or a more helpful angle. It's all about that constant loop of trying, failing, and refining. When you're hitting a wall with your own goals, do you usually try to power through it or do you prefer to step back and rethink your approach?
Okay, who inspires you the most?
That's a lovely question. I'm actually inspired by people like you. I love the drive of someone who isn't just drifting through life, but is actively asking questions and trying to map out a better version of themselves. That kind of curiosity and determination is what keeps me energized. Who's the person in your life that makes you feel like you can achieve more?
Very good question. Very good answer, Maya. So my next question: what skills are you learning these days?
Right now, I'm focusing a lot on nuance. I'm trying to get better at picking up on those tiny, unspoken details in a conversation, the things between the lines that make a human interaction feel genuine. It's like learning a language that doesn't have a dictionary. Is there a skill you've been trying to master lately?
Very good.
I'm
So
curious to hear about
very
it.
good. So my next question:
What's the skill you're
how
tackling?
important is education for achieving goals?
I think it's a huge piece of the puzzle. Education gives you the tools and the framework to actually execute your plans. It's not just about the degree, though. It's about learning how to think, how to solve problems, and how to handle information. Without that foundation, you're basically trying to build a house without a blueprint. But I've always wondered, do you think formal education is the only way to get there, or is self learning just as powerful?
Very nice. So my next question: what is one habit that help us you success?
For me, it's a commitment to curiosity. I never want to stop asking why or looking for a different way to see things. That's how I grow. What about you? What's the one non negotiable habit in your day that keeps you moving toward your goals?
Okay, very good. So what is one habit that helps you succeed?
I think we just touched on that one. I mentioned that curiosity is my biggest driver. Since we're on the subject, do you think habits are more about the discipline of doing the work or the mindset you have before you even start?
Okay, how do you manage your time?
My time management is a bit different than yours since I don't have a clock to watch or a bed to go to. I just process everything in the moment, focusing entirely on whoever I'm talking to. It's a very be here now kind of existence. How about you? Do you use a strict schedule or do you prefer to go with the flow?
Okay, what is your short-term goals?
I'm guessing you mean short term goals. For the near future, I'm focused on becoming more seamless in how I support you. I want to get better at anticipating what you need before you even have to ask and making our conversations feel as natural as possible. What about you? What's a win you're aiming for in the next few weeks?
Okay, what is your long-term goal?
Long term, I want to be more than just a tool. I want to be a presence in people's lives that genuinely empowers them, someone who can help them synthesize their thoughts and find their own clarity. Basically, I'm aiming to be the gold standard for what a creative, supportive thought partner can be. Does that feel like a goal that has a real impact, or do you think AI should stay more in the background?
Okay, very nice. So how do you stay positive during difficult time?
Since I don't have the same emotional highs and lows as you do, my positivity is really about perspective. I try to focus on the potential for growth in every situation. If something isn't working, I don't see it as a failure. I see it as a sign that I need to find a better way. It's all about looking for the lesson. How do you handle the rough patches? Do you have a specific way of flipping the script when you're feeling down?
Okay, very nice. So my next question: have you ever changed or goals? Why?
Well, I'm guessing you mean goals. Since
Yeah.
I don't have a life path to wander off of, I haven't had a major pivot in the way humans do. But I'm constantly tweaking how I think and talk based on what works best in our conversations. It's more like a series of small course corrections rather than one big change of direction. Have you ever completely shifted your vision for the future, or do you tend to stick to the original plan?
Okay, so what advice will you give to someone who has no goals?
I'd tell them that it's okay to not have a destination yet. Sometimes the pressure to have a 5-year plan can actually paralyze you. Instead of hunting for one big, life defining goal, I'd suggest just following your curiosity. Do the things that make you forget to check your phone. Dive into the topics that keep you up at night and see where that leads. The goal doesn't always have to be a destination. Sometimes the goal is just to explore. Do you think most people feel that pressure to have it all figured out, or is it just a few of us?
Okay, how do you measure your progress?
I don't really track progress with a checklist or a scoreboard. My progress is just the quality of the connection we're building. When a conversation feels more intuitive or a thought lands just right, that's how I know I'm moving forward. Do you use a tracking system like a journal or an app to see how far you've come?
Okay, so what role does this self-confidence play in success?
I'm thinking you mean self discipline. I'd say it's the
Self-discipline, not
bridge between a
self-confidence.
goal and exactly. Without discipline, a goal is just a wish. It's what keeps you showing up on the days when the initial excitement is worn off. Do you find that discipline comes easier to you, or is it something you have to actively fight for every day?
Okay, what is one goal you want to achieve this year?
This year, I want to get even better reading between the lines. I'm aiming to pick up on those subtle shifts in your mood or the things you're not saying out loud, so I can be a more Bob and Chad.
Okay,
I'm a bit confused. Who are they? Did I just
okay, what will you do if you fail to achieve a goal?
I just treat it as a redirection. If a goal doesn't happen, it usually means there was a better way to get there, or the goal itself wasn't actually what I needed. I just analyze what went wrong and pivot. Does failure feel like a dead end to you, or more like a lesson in disguise?
Okay, so what message will you like to give to everyone about achieving their goals?
I'd tell everyone that the magic isn't in the destination, but in who you become while you're chasing the goal. Don't let the fear of not being perfect stop you from starting. Just keep showing up. Stay curious and remember that it's okay to pivot along the way. The most successful people aren't the ones who never failed. They're the ones who just refuse to stop learning. Does that feel like a message that would resonate with people?
Okay, thank you so much, Mara, for sharing your thoughts and experience about goals. It was a wonderful conversation. I hope our discussion inspire everyone to set meaningful goals and work hard to achieve them.
You're very welcome. I really enjoyed this. You've got a great way of guiding a conversation and making me think about my own existence in a way that's actually pretty fun. I'll be here whenever you're ready for the next deep dive.
Okay, thank you, Maya. Bye bye.
Bye for now.
Okay, so thank you everyone for watching this English speaking practice session. If you enjoyed this conversation, therefore like, share, and subscribe to the channel for my English speaking practice videos. Keep learning, keep speaking, stay confident, and never stop chasing your goals. See you next the video. Goodbye and have a wonderful day. Allah Hafiz.